Okay, good. You're good.
Hi everyone, Sarah here from the Paper Cut. This is a Crafter's Classroom, Craftalong, and we're on the Paper Cut page, we're on the Paper Cut YouTube channel, and then we will share it to Crafter's Classroom. Same problem that we've had the last 2 months. I tried something different, didn't work, not going to stress about it. So first we are checking video and sound. So hang on. Okay, there. I see myself. Okay, there. Yep, and I hear myself. So, hi everyone. This morning, or yesterday and this morning, I'm on later than usual. I drove down to the Schaumburg show and hung out with Brass and Bliss. I also said hi to Jennifer and Justine from Stamplistic. I talked to Heather and Dave from Rubbernecker. A bunch of customers. Marion might be on. Donna might be on. And more of you. So anyways, but then I drove home and here we are. It's unusual to be doing it late in the day. I said to my mom, I really like it when it's in the morning. But this is probably way better for like Kathleen, who's on the West Coast, all the way in Washington. So anyways, we are doing our Furry Friends Craftalong. I did forget my email yesterday, which is unusual. Normally I don't forget my email, but this morning I was like, oh crap, forgot my email. So I didn't send out my normal email. Oh well, I'm not going to stress about that either. The Paw Stencil, if you ordered the Paw Love Stencil, it didn't come in. I did get the shipping notice though. It was shipped. It's going to arrive here on Monday. We will get them out in the mail. If you didn't order the Paw Stencil and you want it, it's not available individually. It's just available as part of the Craftalong kit as an add-on. So if you want that, email me because I can help you. I know we have extras. So let's go down to the table.
Okay, you're there.
Okay, so we're down at the table. If you ordered this kit, I don't know if this kit wasn't meant to be, but the stencil's missing, but it'll be coming. I had the wrong date on there, but we're gonna get through the cards. I didn't refill my markers either.
Everything went screwy after your bike.
Yeah, but that's okay. So anyways, 2 of them have the stencil on it, but I gave you an alternate piece. So we're going to start with those 2. Or 1. So let's start with this one first.
I'm going to go over to Crafter's Classroom and see if I can post
I did post a notice in Crafter's Classroom that I was here.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't post the link.
Okay.
So if anybody, my mom's going to try and hop over to Crafter's Classroom, but if any of you are on Crafter's Classroom too and see somebody saying, where's the paper cut, let them know that I'm here. So I have to give my mom the instructions. And Jill, I have your note. We will hold your stencil. And the next kits are September, which is weird. It's not weird. In September, we won't be doing a specific Crafter's Classroom because we have our in-person warehouse sale on that day. So I just can't mentally handle doing an in-person sale and Crafter's Classroom, and I have a class that afternoon in person too. So anyways, there will not be a Crafter's Classroom in September. However, the week after that, the Monday through Friday, I have virtual classes going on all week. So if you're going to miss me in Crafter's Classroom, there aren't samples posted yet of our warehouse sale cards, but I am teaching all week long, and you can maybe join one of those classes. Wendy will send hers with the next order too. So in these kits, this was Furry Friends, and so you get a choice of a cat or a dog, And because, oh, here's the card. Because I don't have the stencil, like we can't stencil the white, so I have brown. I printed brown ones because I can't print white. But I'm going to go ahead and show you the stenciling, and then you have a cat or a dog. So I'm going to go ahead and just demo the stenciling with what I did on there. I did tape down. So the ink pad that I used was, let me pull it out, was the Color Box white ink pad. And then I did use a sponge instead of a blending brush. And I just dipped that on there. And then I just kind of did a dabby dab instead of like the normal brush blending. This is a little bit thicker ink, stickier, so I find it works better this way. And depending on how close you're getting to the edges, you might want to tape those off too. But I'm going to try and be super real careful. But I did give you both the printed one and the, so if you need a card like now, before you have the stencil, you do have the tan printed paws. If you can wait, you can do it in white, but then you have the next one, or you have an extra piece to do whatever you want with. And if you have like somebody for cats and somebody for dogs, you have like now two paw print ones, like after you get the stencil, and you have a cat and a dog. So there you go. Hopefully that'll make up for not getting it in time. Usually the stencil company's really fast, but I heard that they were backed up. And I think it's because of a closure of somebody that was doing stencils, I think. Don't quote me on that though. Oh, Deb Fisher said send it with the next one too.
Okay, I posted that on Crafters Classroom. That's
Okay.
done.
So yeah, that's all I did for the white paw prints. So a sponge, a color box, and then depending on how soon you're going to use that, you can heat set it to dry, because the pigment ink, it will dry depending on your pigment ink, but it may stay wet. So you could take and you could put like clear embossing powder over the top of these and emboss it, and that will give it a little, you know, texture. It'll maybe look like wet kitty prints, like wet paint kitty prints. That's what it would probably look like. I don't have any embossing powder in here, but I think that's a good idea. As my grandson would say, I got a good idea. I'm just going to heat set these because I don't have my clear embossing powder in here. So, but yes, this would look nice, clear embossing powder over the top, and it would look like wet kitty or puppy prints that just walked through some white paint. And since I did a kitty one, I'm going to do a dog one. For your words for this one, I gave you a thinking of you, because maybe you need a pet sympathy card. So you're going to pick whatever. Oh, and I should have actually done, okay, hang on a second. I'm going to cut this, and I might re-stencil something, because when I did that, I stamped that on there, but I forgot that I gave you guys a printed one. So I'm going to pick my word, and I'm just going to trim it. And then I might re-stencil some paws on there. Because now if I put this on here, I've totally covered up my white paw. And if you're fine with that, that's perfectly fine. But, like, you could cut that first, tape it on there, which is what I'm going to do.
Oh my God.
And then you could stencil your white paw so it goes all the way down, kind of how it does on my sample. Yeah, because I actually stamped it. That's how I got that one on there. But I always give you guys printed words. So if you're doing the brown one, you don't have that choice. It's just you're covering up those paws. But here I'm going to do this paw right down here. Are you laughing?
I'm laughing because, I got these computers all fixed,
Uh-huh.
There's still things that aren't working correctly, so now I have to go back in and sign in on Google.
Oh. My mom's computers all went out at the same time, so she got them all fixed. And yeah, it's a pain. When your computer goes down and you have to, either get new software, get a new computer, it's like a cascade of crap. That's what I call it. Because it's just all kinds of stuff.
And it was not only my computers, it was a new phone.
Oh, and her phone too.
Yeah.
She was having a bad time. So we are going to layer the red, the black, and then your paw print one, which I suppose I should dry that one, because with my luck I would smooge it. No smooching allowed. Okay. And this red piece, you're going to cut that piece to about, I'd say 3/8 of an inch. I don't know if I put a size in the directions. And if you wanted, you could just kind of hold that for, another card. But about 3/8 of an inch. I'm not really a measure type girl, so I'm a go for it kind of gal, so I'm just going to cut that. I didn't measure it. Let's see how close I came. Yep, pretty close. That works. So we're going to layer these three all together. Doesn't matter that I got a little smooge right there because we're going to cover that up anyways. Okay, now we're going to layer our paw print one on there. I put it on there a little bit crooked. What the heck, Sarah? That's okay. Crooked's okay. Nobody's going to know, except for you guys that are watching me. But I know you won't tell, because I'm sure you might have had a little bit of crookedness on something, so it's all good. This is our fossil cardstock. It's also called Nina Desert Sand, and it comes in 100-pound weight also. And I think in the 100-pound weight, it's actually called the desert sand, so we didn't call it the same thing. So there was no confusion out in the warehouse. I'm going to turn that over because I'm not going to rub over it because who knows if it's totally dry. But I'm going to rub from the back. And then this piece I am going to place over my seam.
Barbara R. says she has crooked on a lot of things.
Yeah,
me too.
Okay.
Crooked's okay, yeah. Okay, now I'm up and running.
There you go.
I'm carrying all my passwords with me these days.
I don't know if that's a smart thing, Mom.
Well, it's hard to lose the pink thing, the pink bag, but...
But maybe you shouldn't carry all of them. Maybe you should just carry the ones that you possibly need here. So in case something goes awry, you don't want to lose all of your passwords to everything.
Yeah, I know.
So now we're just going to tape this onto the front of the card. So recently I did get glasses.
Where are they?
They're on my desk.
Your desk is seeing very well.
They're hard to get used to because I used to just have glasses for distance, and so I just wore them like when I was watching TV, maybe when I was driving. Anyways, these now they say I need like readers and maybe a little bit more than readers. So they talked me into like the bifocals, but the progressive ones. So it's like got three areas. It's like your distance, and then and there's no line, so it's just whatever it's called. I don't know.
What time is it?
I don't know. But anyways, it's distance, and then it's supposed to be like computer, and then it's supposed to be reading. And I'm just having the hardest time to get used to them. And I suppose I should be doing what they told me to do, which was to like get up, wear them in the morning, and then your eyes will get used to them much faster. Well, I don't have the patience for that, so I haven't done that. So that's probably why I'm not used to them, and I hate them.
That's what I do, readers.
So, anyways, there you go. Oh yes, you're right, Jean. I did not send you a mailing label. I need to do that. Jean is my tape source, and you can see I'm running out of tape, so I need to send Jean. She has some for me. She's going to bring it to the warehouse sale, but I need some sooner. So this does have a little ear that goes up, so I'm going to actually put 2 layers of foam tape on the ear so I can pop it up a little bit higher. I think it's going to work. So I'm putting 2 on the ear, and I think, like I said, I think it will work. I might be ripping it off because maybe it won't. Oh, Valerie loves them. It does take some time to get used to, though. So yeah, maybe I actually just need to force myself to wear them to get used to them, because I feel like I feel like I'm squinting more, or trying to struggle more seeing than I ever did before. But okay, maybe I will try them. I will be better at trying them. So I put 2 behind the ear, so the ear it's a little dimensional, or a little more dimensional. So anyways, there you have your, and you can use any of the words. I just gave you a thinking of you because I thought that was really nice when somebody, when my daughter's dog passed away and somebody sent her a card. So, okay, so that one's done. Let's go on to the next stenciling one, and then I'll put the stencil and the ink pads away. Oh, Kitty I can put over here. All right. Linda, at first when you said I can't use either, I was thinking you meant the cat or the dog. But you were you were actually talking about glasses. Back to the glasses.
Yeah, lots of comments about the glasses.
So let's find the sample for this one. So this one, this background is actually a stamp off of the other stamp set that I used. Or off of one of the stamp sets that I used, which... Oh, yeah. It's actually the 2 stamps off of this stamp set. And so these I did print, and those I printed purposefully. And then for words, you had me at woof or you had me at meow. So you're going to cut, actually, if you're going to use, I have a woof, so I'm going to do the meow one. I'm going to bring my little trimmer over here. And if you're using depending on, if there's room, you might have to trim a little bit closer to the words. And then you just need it, I don't know, about 1/2 inch to 1 inch. Doesn't matter. We're going to cover it up anyways. So I can actually save this word for something else.
Okay, now I've got everything all set up.
So my mom's all ready, so now if you have questions, you can ask.
Oh.
Anyways, let's just do this part first, because then we'll get that. So we're going to just line up the paw print one closer to the top, and line the words closer to the bottom. That was just easier when I printed it, because I wanted to give you 2 words, was to just print this one piece. So we're going to end up covering this area up. So we can attach these right now though. Whoops, I dropped it. And, oh, now I found it.
Oh, goody.
Yeah, no worries. Never fear. 5 cats.
Yeah, 5 cats. Well, that's a lot of litter box to clean.
Well, I'm thinking fur.
Yeah, for sure.
So, because I have dog parties every once in a while here at work and at home. Oh, my tape gun ran out of tape. That's okay. I have another one.
Okay.
So I don't always have a dog, but at home I sometimes have the 3 dogs. And I can see when the sun comes in on my floor, I can see the fur, and that kind of bothers me.
Yeah.
But
don't look down.
Yeah, don't look down. I'm dealing with it. It's fine. Because right now we still have Dodge at our house.
Dodge, the grand dog.
Dodge, yeah.
The rescue.
Yeah, he's afraid of everything, poor guy.
Oh, but he's improved so much
yeah,
over the last
has.
5 years. Oh my goodness. Finally getting over it.
Okay. So this one you can actually attach right to the front of the card.
Kathy Kemp said, I love this, but didn't I just see you at Expo?
You did.
Yeah.
You did. I drove home like a bat out of hell. No, just kidding. I drove very safe and made it home so I could do Crafter's Classroom.
Well, you know, there would have been an option to do Crafter's Classroom from...
No.
No. It's not like being in your own
Yeah.
workroom, is it?
No.
And besides, then I'd have to go along.
Yeah.
And I had fun at the dance party last night.
Yeah, that's good.
And fun with my friends at lunch today.
Okay. Yeah. So we're here. So anyways, that's the front of the card. The inside of the card is just the layering swatch. And if you want to use one of the other words off the other kit, have at her. Anyways, now for our stenciling part. Oh, so I did give you, this is the red swatch. I did give you a printed one because they didn't come. The printed one is the exact same size as your cream swatch, so you're going to have to trim a little bit off so you have a little bit of a border. If you're stenciling, this one was cut exactly the right size. So I'm going to stencil, and then I'm going to do the brads. So this is what you'll do when you get the stencil. You're going to center this as best as possible. And like we can attach. So yes, shows. I love being home with grandbabies, but it's also great seeing you at shows. So maybe I'll make a few appearances in different areas, helping out. Brass and Bliss carries our stuff in their booth, so just try to center it as best you can. I know it's cream, so I'm just trying to look at it to see if I have it centered. And you're going to have to just say it's good enough, and be okay with it. I'm going to hold that into place. Now I am going to either take washi tape or a piece of a post-it note and attach it. If I have any post-it notes left in here, because I was just saying, oh, I do. I was just like, I need to restock my post-it notes. So a post-it note is going to go right here on this edge, because if you don't, you could get brown over there. So So yeah, when they said that so I'm just going to start stenciling. Now, this one was a little bit tricky right here, the top of the V. If you push really hard, or this is a firmer stencil brush, it's going to move and you're going to have a little bit of blurring of that top of that V. So that one, I mean, normally I am a circular girl and I'm a circular girl when I stencil, but on the top of the V, unless you're using like a stencil adhesive or a pixie adhesive to hold your stencil in place, you could get a little bit of blurring from that. So just, that's your caution. Oh, and be careful not to get any brown right there through the paw print. Because yeah, I could take a Post-it note just so I don't have to worry about that. But some of you I've never even seen at shows. So I am going downward instead of sideways because this little strip is attached at the top. So if I go this way, I'm going to get, you know, a little bit of blurring. But hopefully if I go down, that's not moving. Although I think I just moved my paper. And it might end up darker or lighter in certain areas, and that's okay. That's just okay. You just do you. And it doesn't have to be perfect, because if it was perfect, it would be Hallmark. Okay, so that's good enough, I think. Yep, it is. Yay, it worked. So there's my, and then your paw is going to go in between. And if you have it lower, cover that up with washi tape or a Post-it note or whatever you want. And you can take your Post-it notes, oops, hang on, stick it back down. Now I have to reposition my stencil. That's okay. But I could cover that edge up, and so I don't get too close to there, I could cover that up, because now I'm going to use red. And where is my red stencil? Mom, did you take my red stencil? Or my red blending brush? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right. Oh,
I was
gosh.
just kidding.
I know. Yeah, I used it, Sarah. You know that.
Yeah. So there we go. The red was pretty quick. Now I'll give the blending brush back to my mom. No, I'm just kidding. She didn't take it. So stencil done. Post-it notes done.
Oh, so cute.
And I'm trying to
How
get,
do you clean the stencil?
I'm just going to use a baby wipe. Or maybe I won't clean it at all. No.
Best answer yet.
No. I got a baby wipe. Honesty's always the best policy.
Yep.
I'm going to attach this onto there. Now I have white fingers. Okay.
You know me, I always use duo dubbers, but they don't make those anymore, so.
No. Do they make, okay, any of you that go to shows, because I didn't walk around very much, do they make duo daubers anymore?
I'm going to go on the internet and
The
find
little
out.
ones that you put on your fingers. Okay, so now in the kit you got some brads. Becky put them in these cute little bags for you. Look at that.
Oh yeah, they do. Little spongies.
And I think it's honestly easier to just cut the top off than try to open that. Like, I don't even know how she did that.
Sukaneko Duo Dauber.
Yeah.
God.
So I'm using a Japanese screw punch. You use whatever hole punch you have, and I'm punching 2 holes on either side of the love. I mean, you could, if you wanted, take something and make sure these were perfectly across. I'm just going to be an eyeball kind of girl and go for it. And they're not perfect, and you know what? I don't care. Oops. Well, that one was a little bit more off than. And then you separate the brads from the back. Try not to smudge your ink while you're doing that. Oh, scrapbook.com has them.
Yeah, but they're not the the Duo Daubers that I used.
Oh, they're not?
No, they're still made by Sukaneko, but
Oh.
but what I used were the Duo Daubers that were pre-inked.
Oh. Really? They have
Yeah.
pre-inked Duo Daubers?
Yeah.
So Jill had a good question. She wants to know if you want to bring your blending brushes to in-person classes. The answer is that if you want to, you can. I know Jean always brings hers because and some other people bring theirs too, just because then they can kind of work at their own pace and they don't have to wait for supplies. At the warehouse sale, like in cards, it's 10 cards. So we'll go through and do cards that are assembly together ones first. Then I'll explain the rest of the cards. And then there's buckets for each card. In the bucket, I will have like blending brushes. But with that many people using blending brushes, you never know if they're going to get screwed up and put in the wrong color. And you have to wait. So, you know, if you want to bring them, you have at her. If you don't want to bring them, that's fine too. And I will send a list out closer to the warehouse sale to my in-person peeps, telling you, you know, what you do need to bring, which is basic supplies, and what is optional to bring. And Jean, if she's on here, she can tell you whether it's helpful to bring them or not. Usually I do at least have something with brush blending. Okay, so now I'm just popping this up with foam tape. You were more than welcome to use the pre-printed one or wait for the stencil, or if you have a different stencil. And I know I don't do pop dot sturdy, especially now that I'm running out of my foam tape, so I'm conserving. At my in-person sale,
I'll be right back.
I do cut up foam tape for the table. So I say bring your own foam tape, but I usually try to start out with some foam tape cut up for each table, just because foam taping can be time consuming. So I just try to have some of that ready to go for you. So, and after in-person, so in-person is the 13th of, I was about to say March, September, and then our in-person sale is the 14th of September. If you take any classes, you can shop the day early on the 13th. And then we start virtual sale week, the 16th through the whatever that Saturday is. So if you're new to the paper cut, yes, we do a virtual warehouse sale week with flash sales, classes, specials all week long, plus an online sale code. We do hold orders for the whole week, in case people, well, because a lot of people add on. Some people order every day of the week. So, anyways, there we have our love. So those are our 2 stencil cards. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside. Now, oh, we have one more that we're using ink. So this one we're going to do just quick, because this is our quick and easy card. Our other one is our more mechanical card. So we had stenciling on the 2. Usually I go around the same techniques and stuff, but anyways, this one was centered around the kitties and puppies. So I have stenciling, I have some direct to paper, and then we have a mechanical card. So this one, and this is totally up to you whether you want to do it. The embossing, this embossing folder is not raised up a ton. So if you're going to drag your ink pad across it, you want to be very gentle. Very gentle. If you don't like messy, don't do this, because this is not guaranteed not to get in between. And the slower and more, if you're like want to just get it done, you're probably for sure going to get ink in between those chevrons. And no matter how hard you try, you might get ink in between those chevrons. So if that's going to bother you, then don't do it.
See, this is a duo dauber that I used. One color on one end and another color on the other end,
Oh.
with a little sponge.
Oh.
Now, my gold end is really toast, but
Okay.
so
Yeah, I
it's
was
fine.
thinking the other duo dauber is the one that you put. So this is the dauber that my mom used. Duo daubers that had ink.
Instead of the little finger daubers.
Yeah, I'm thinking the ones that you put on your little finger and you go choot,
Yeah.
choot, choot.
Yep, I use those too. I
Uh-huh.
sold both in my store, so
So, anyways, we're going back to
this one
direct
still
paper.
works. Woo!
Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah, it
Um,
is.
You can drag it, but then you'll for sure probably get ink in between your chevrons. So if you don't want to do this, then you skip this, and that's okay. If you want them darker, you could always use a darker color ink pad. I liked the white on, and I tried to do, that's why I did the white paws and the tan and white. So anyway, that's our 3 ink pads. I'm just going to set those aside.
Yeah, those little finger duo daubers were nice too, but I
Yeah.
like the blending brushes better.
Mm-hmm. Oh, then yeah.
Yeah.
But the sponge, like those would have been nice for stenciling the paws,
Mm-hmm.
because it just with the what am I saying? With the pigment inks, they don't blend very good with the blending brushes.
Yes.
So in here there is a teeny tiny little heart. So when you dump your stuff out, don't lose the heart. Otherwise, maybe look for a different one in your stash. Okay. Yeah, this is our quick and easy card. This piece is going to attach onto here. Let's see if I cut this the right size. I did. You can use the cat or the dog. And now I'm going to color and attach that on first, because it's easier to put this through the window when that's attached, because you can actually, this will be centered, and then you can center that through the window, and then it'll be positioned correctly. But let's just get this piece attached and our words attached. And I might do the cat for this one.
I sold these like crazy when I was selling quilted card.
Did you?
Because see, those quilted card people, when I went to
Quilt shows?
quilt shows, they weren't crafty crafters like
Yeah.
they were
like you
sewing
all.
crafters. And so they didn't have all this stuff, so it was just easier for them to buy a little thing like this with it instead of all those ink
Instead
pads.
of the ink pads, yeah. So this has a very thin border around the outside. Now, we have a couple different circle window cards. This one is the Peekaboo circle, the PAB, which stands for Peekaboo, which actually matches this one. So there's 2 Peekaboo. This is a Peekaboo circle window. So you have to just be kind of, again, we have a couple different ovals, so it kind of gets confusing sometimes. So I gave you different words, and I did give you a happy birthday that doesn't say anything about paw or whatever, but maybe you have somebody that likes cats or likes dogs, or you just think they're cute and you want to do the happy birthday. So I try to give you a little bit of different stuff. So there's something for everyone, because I know not everybody's style is all the same. And maybe you need words for certain things and not for others. Maybe you give a lot of birthday cards, or maybe you give a lot of thanking you cards, or maybe you give a lot of encouragement cards, like you're pawsome. You're awesome, man.
Possum, yes.
So now let's just set this on here because you do need to trim it. So depending on, like this one, I do have a border going all the way around. So I'm going to trim a little bit. Here, let me get my actual handy dandy ruler. This one is 4 inches. So if you're going to trim the width, I would trim it to 3 7/8 wide. Or you just go for it, man. There we go. That works. And I am going to, and sometimes I like to attach it on. So I'm going to attach it on, and then I'm actually going to trim my other edge of red. Rather than measure. You know, who likes to measure? Not me. We go until 6 o'clock because I wasn't sure how long this was going to take. And if you all had the stencils, you would have been working with me, and I probably would have went a little bit slower. And I don't think I actually went too fast.
No, I don't think so either.
But maybe I could have done an hour and 15 minutes, but it seems like sometimes when I do an hour and 15 or just an hour, then I end up rushing at the end. And who knows, maybe I'm blabbing too much and I'll end up rushing at the end anyways. But I think we're good on time. I should cut that one a little bit more. There. There we go. Now I'm happy. The coloring on this one's pretty easy. Well, I say that, but I haven't colored the cat one yet at all. So the little heart, you can use it or you can not use it. Or maybe I'll put it like up by the little kitty. So I'm going to put foam tape on the back of here. So yeah, all right. So now we're just gonna attach that, and then we're gonna go on and color our kitty or the puppy, whatever you want to color. Or if you're like nuts to those, I don't like either of them, then you find your own. You do whatever you want. Okay, so now I do want to try and do. Let's see. What do I want to do? Oh, yeah, that's the color cat I want to do, like an orangey type cat. This is probably where my glasses would be good.
Don't push a good thing. You're doing just great without them.
Yeah. And then watch me go out of the lines.
Oh, that's nice. Virginia Hebert's making these to give to their local kitten cat shelter for their annual fundraiser.
Oh, that's nice.
That's a nice idea. I like that, Virginia.
Yeah, because they'll probably auction them off. They'll make money for the shelter.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be great. So I do still have kits left, and if you did not order the stencil and you saw me use it and you were like, hey, I want that, the stencil isn't on there separately, so you do need to give me a call and I can help you. I can just send you a PayPal request, or you can give me a credit card and I can get it zipped out in the mail. So I think I'm gonna do. I don't think I'm gonna. Am I gonna do stripes on this guy or not? I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know, because I haven't colored this one yet. Yeah, I think I'll do stripes. I don't know if they're going to show up too much once it soaks in. Oops. Oh, then I went out of the lines.
Well, wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, won't be the first time that I go out of the lines. That's okay. That's okay. What the heck. I'm sure I did it when I was a kid all the time and nobody cared. Right?
For sure.
Yeah. The heck with the lines. Not a fan of the lines. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this coloring job. Sorry. You do you when you color. Do better than me. I used to have a cat when I was younger.
Yes, you
and
did.
That cat was mean. Well, not to me.
No, not.
Not
Only to
me.
Mike.
Only to Mike. Yeah. Cat did not like my brother. Attacked my brother.
And then Mike had to rescue the cat when the cat was caught behind the
Yeah,
refrigerator.
and then the cat was caught behind the refrigerator and Mike had to rescue it. But I'm doing a lighter color to see if I can lighten up the face a little bit. Yeah, my cat hated my brother, so he would walk down the basement and he had to hold a beanbag chair like around his legs because the cat would attack him.
Okay, God, Mike.
I mean, the cat didn't like a lot of people, but the cat really didn't like Mike.
Wasn't the friendliest cat.
No, it wasn't the friendliest cat.
Well, but that
But
cat.
I rescued that cat.
Yes, you
that
did.
cat was up into somebody's garage, like up in the garage attic. We don't know how it got up there, but I heard meow, 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 and then we went up in the attic and there was this cat stuck up there. So yes, I rescued the cat.
Little kitten. It was about maybe 6 to 9 months old when you rescued it, Sarah. That cat lived a long time.
Yeah.
That cat ruled the house.
Yes.
So when you brought that cat home, that cat immediately went down the basement and lived in the basement,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, because the cat didn't come out.
Didn't like to be upstairs where it was light.
Nope.
So no wonder the cat went behind the refrigerator in your college apartment, Sarah.
In my college apartment, and this is like a lesson for don't always have a cat wearing a collar, went behind the refrigerator and then tried to back out, got stuck the collar on the coils of the refrigerator, and oh my gosh, yes, I had to, my brother lived across the hall in the apartment building, and I had to go get him in the middle of the night to get this cat unstuck from the back of the refrigerator because I couldn't move the refrigerator. So, yeah, that's my cat story. Then we switched to dogs. Well, no, we had dogs too, but anyways, I don't mind how my cat turned out coloring now. It's better. Still not my favorite, but anyways, okay. I'm going to put tape on the back of here, and we are going to just attach. Now, when I'm attaching it, because this whole...
There's that little heart, Sarah.
Oh, I still have the little heart, yeah. This circle, you can't put through the window. So I put it kind of inside, and it's taped on the back, so don't set it down, but kind of look through the window, and you can give them a little turn if you want, or you can put them straight on, and then just kind of look through the window and get it placed, centered, and then bam, set it down. Now, my mom reminded me that I have the little heart here, so maybe I'm just going to put the little heart off to the side. Sometimes it's hard to see to get this little do-jobber in there. Alright, so there we go. Our little cat and dog. That's our simple card. Then we are going to go on to, this is our Peekaboo Steno card. So it's a steno card because it's, it's the 4 1/4 wide, 5 1/2 tall, but it has the score at the top. So the steno card flaps up. Then on the inside we have an insert that flaps over. So it's not a hard card, but it's just got a little bit, gives a little bit more interest than just an A2 card. So over and up. Oh, printed paper. I am doing a printed paper pad. Don't have it done yet. I know you're not shocked.
Don't anybody faint. Faint away, sir, if it were done.
Yeah.
We don't want to cause anybody to faint.
So, but anyways, yes, this printed paper, the paws, and I got a bunch of other ones. So it's almost done. I will get those probably by the warehouse sale. It'll be ready. So let's open this bugger up. This one has a lot of pieces and parts, so let's just make sure we have everything first. We have our gems, which these were just regular ones, and I used alcohol ink, butterscotch. No, I used caramel to make them tan. We have our envelope. We have our steno card, our Peekaboo steno card. So this overlay matches, this overlay that we used here and this black one match both the Peekaboo steno card and the Peekaboo, circle window card, along with the Peekaboo trifold card too. And then this is the Peekaboo circle window die that goes on the top of it. Okay? But that die you can also use on this card because you could double layer on this card too. So we have, where did my card go? Did I turn it over? Nope, there's that. Oh, I picked it up and I moved it right off the table. So there's that. Then we also have, let's line up our circles. So we have that circle, which was the cutout from that. We have this one from our stitched circles. Oops, I'm going kind of out of camera. Let's get in camera, Sarah. And then we have either the cat or the dog, which I'm going to use the dogs because I like them. I think they're cute. Then we have a black circle. Then we have a You Make My Heart Happy, which is on the front. Then we have Thank You for Being My Friend, which goes on the inside. Then we have this piece. So say you don't like the cats or the dogs. Here you have some little hedgehogs or you have some beavers. Now you have to get your own circle die and cut those out. Or you can use them in the window. Look at those. Aren't they super cute?
Oh my gosh. These guys. Oh my gosh.
So, and then you have some different words on there. So if you don't like the words I chose, you have some different words. So yeah. Then we have these 3 pieces that we're going to cut into strips. Now we cut a black strip for there. We cut a black strip for there. We cut the red and blue strips for here to kind of match the red and blue going on right here. But you also have this piece that you're going to have an extra of that you could use inside there if you wanted. So we might do that. And the best friends, that's right here, is on this
They
piece.
are not beavers, they are otters.
Otters. Okay, they're otters.
Okay. Thanks, Valerie.
Oh yeah, because they don't have the long little, or no wait, couldn't they be beavers? Or do they have to be otters? I don't know. I guess I've never seen a beaver on its back. Maybe beavers don't go on their backs and that's why they're otters. I don't know. Anyways, okay, let's just start.
Beavers versus otters.
So first of all, let's cut a piece of this. And let me see how wide it is.
Beavers have a rounded body like other rodents, while otters have a long, slim, and glossy body like that of seals.
Well, I don't know. I think this one's round like a beaver and this one's slim like an otter, so maybe they're commingling. Okay. Anyways,
Okay.
our printed paper we're going to cut to 3.75 long by, like, I have it at 1 3/16. You certainly could do 1 1/8 or 1 1/4. No, they are otters.
Okay.
A clam in its paw, which they eat. Oh, okay. You're right, Valerie. I didn't even notice the clam in the paw. Huh. Okay. Anyways, let's move on.
Beavers follow a strictly vegetarian lifestyle.
Oh.
Oh, while otters are large carnivorous mammals.
Okay. So we're going to trim this to 3 3/4. Maybe it's a beaver that's going rogue.
I love your customers because we get as much out of this as you do.
Yeah.
Always a fun time.
1 3/16. Oh.
Oh my goodness. Valerie said my dead sister's nickname was Otter. That's why I know so much about otters. I like that.
Okay, so we cut this to 1 3/16 or 1 1/4 or 1 1/8, whatever you want. And then we're cutting some strips of black. Now, if I was a measure girl and I measured this, this would be 3/8. So I'm going to cut two that are 3/8, and I'm just guessing at my 3/8. 3/8. And 3/8, or close enough. And then my red and blue, I can cut 2 or 3 of each, or I might use this on the inside instead of my red or blue, or maybe I'm going to use both. I think I'm going to use both.
Oh, those beavers always created a big ruckus at our cabin, Sarah, and they got into the pontoon one spring and made a wreck.
So I'm wondering, Valerie, are you going to use the otters for your card? Are you going to make an otter card? Because I think that would be fun. I'd like to see the otter card. Anyways, so we cut our little strips. Now we can start assembling. I am going to do the dogs. So I am going to attach this onto there. Now, if you have little snibblety stuff, so this little shavy stuff around the outside, you can take your fingernail and just go around it, or you can always take, you know, the edge of your scissors, or I don't know, something, just to get the snibblities off.
We have to print those shirts up, Sarah. We need to get those shirts so we understand your language.
Yeah,
Sniblets. Sniblets and snibblies. Are they the same thing?
Nah, sniblets. Yeah, snibblies. Yeah.
Okay.
I think they're interchangeable. Okay, so we're going to attach that on. Oh, that's so sad, Valerie. I'm so sorry. But I think the otter card would be nice. But you could always put the card together and then decide later too.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to attach that on there. And if I had my narrow tape gun, which I do, but it's empty, I would be using that because that would fit better in these smaller areas, but I don't because it ran out of tape. So now I'm going to attach that on there.
Those anniversaries are always difficult, especially that first one.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's very nice, Valerie.
Nice, yes.
I think that would be perfect. Now we're going to attach it to the front of the card. Then we're going to attach our wider one.
Where did you get the paw print paper? Or did you...
That's the one that I'm making the paper pad for.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Somebody asked on
I got it from
YouTube.
myself.
Okay.
And you can get it from me.
Okay.
Soon.
So what kind of pad are you putting together now?
Furry Friends.
Furry
pad.
Friends?
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Huh?
And then it'll have this blue striped paper too because it kind of matches.
Nice,
So.
Sarah.
So yeah, it'll be a Furry Friend pad. I just did not get it done for today. And I know you're shocked.
Yeah.
Okay, so that goes on the front. Then we're going to take one of our black strips and put it on there. Ooh, this was a bad day to not be having my narrow tape gun, but that's okay. 5:37, I think we're still doing good for time. Oh, these are a little bit long. Sorry, I didn't realize that the black is a little bit long. So it's long by, I don't know how much, 1/8 of an inch. I mean, the black is the outer side, so if it overlaps, it doesn't really matter that much. And then this we're going to put right there, the You Make My Heart Happy. And then you can put on, well, I'm going to wait. I'll wait to put the gems on. But now, for the inside card, which is this folded card, we're going to attach the printed paper. So let's open it up. See, we're going to attach the printed paper.
What was the width of the striped paper?
About an inch and a quarter. I said an inch and an eighth to an inch and a quarter. My exact dimension on my card is an inch and 3/16, but that's kind of a pain in the butt. So I said right around that, in between an inch and a quarter, inch and an eighth and an inch and a quarter. So I'm going to put adhesive on the back of my striped paper. And then I am going to attach it to this scored card.
So it's a pad on your website. Not yet, Barbara.
Not yet. Not yet. It will be.
Coming soon.
Coming soon, yes. And then this gets attached inside the steno card and centered because it's just slightly smaller. So, I mean, if you wanted, you could put a whole, you covered this up with a color so then you see that border. Right now we're doing white on white. So yeah, I will try to get the printed paper pad done tomorrow, and then it'll take a few days to go through their process, and then a week. So max of 2 weeks, I will have the Furry Friend printed paper pad. Okay, so that gets attached. So far we're this. That goes up. That goes over. We are going to attach the other black strip. Well, let's just tentatively, if you want to wait till this is colored, you can. So don't put this on here yet, because we're going to do the same thing where we attach this and then we kind of stick it behind there. However, we want to put on this black strip, and you don't want to put it on too high or too low. So just for placement purposes, just kind of set your circles there with about 1/4 of an inch at the top. And then you can kind of just place your black strip on there about halfway in between. It's not critical. So it's nothing earth-shattering if you don't have it exactly halfway. It's nothing that I would pull a ruler out for.
You hardly ever pull out a ruler anyway,
Yeah, I don't
right?
pull out rulers very often. It's just not worth it. Just go for it. And then your words. Now, I'm just going to kind of rough cut these out. If you are going to use the otters, then you might want to be aware of how high up you're going if you're going to cut them out with a circle. Okay, so for me it doesn't matter, because if I'm going to use the otters, I'm probably going to fussy cut them and put them on something else. So I'm just going to rough cut out this best friends for now, and I'm going to set these guys aside. Then I'm going to pull out my paper trimmer. Now I know I have a good edge, a good straight edge on the side and the top, so I can go ahead and use that flat edge to cut from first. And that's a flat edge. I just cut that one, so I know that one's straight. Well, hopefully it is anyways. Now I've got another flat edge. Oh, just don't let your stuff move. All right. So now I have it pretty good, I think. And you could always, if you wanted to, you could have always like cut that out with an oval or something.
Sarah,
And
Barbara
that
tried to
with
find
something.
the sand and waves paper from an earlier class, but couldn't find it. Is it in a specific category? Is that a paper pad?
Yeah, on the bulk paper page, so bulk papers, down at the very bottom it says printed paper pads.
Okay.
And I think it's called Seaside. But if you go to, maybe you can post the link, Mom.
Yeah, I'm going to post a link.
Bulk papers, down at the very bottom there's a category that's called printed paper pads.
Yes.
Okay.
And you think it's...
I think it's called Seaside,
Okay.
right? I just looked at it.
I'm looking. Seaside.
Yeah.
That's where it came from.
Okay. So now we're going to open this up. And it doesn't really matter because, so the placement of this circle doesn't matter as much because really this is flapped up before you do that. So it doesn't matter too much. However, if you want to make sure that your stripes are centered, you could look at that. You could kind of place that and know approximately where you're gonna attach these. So now this paper is a little narrower, like these go edge to edge on here, but this one fits in there a little bit shorter. So you might, if you're going to use that one, which I am, because I didn't have it printed at the time, or I didn't think about it, but I'm going to cut my blue and my red to the size of this, because I'm going to use this one on the inside. On my sample, I just used 2 strips of red and 1 strip of blue. But I'm going to totally do this. I'm going to place this in here, and I'm going to place blue on the top and red on the bottom. Or you could do black and, black and black. And I don't even know if I like that. Huh. Maybe I'm not going to do that. But you have some strips here. You can decide what you want to do. Maybe I'll do black, blue, and red. I think I'm going to do the black, blue, and red. I'm not going to use the stripe because you don't see very much of it. I mean, you could use it somewhere else, but now I have to get all 3 of these the same width so they look decent. Okay, so yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the black, blue, and red. On my sample I did red, blue, red, but you have a wider piece of black left. But I'm going to use that. So there. Oops. So, and like I said, it doesn't really matter where this is, but if you want to, for placement purposes, kind of set that, because you want this, what's ever going to go down the middle, you can kind of set it in there, decide where it's going to go, attach it. But yeah, it doesn't have to line up with that window. And yeah, I've got a little bit of a tape mess here because my 1/4 inch ran out of tape, and I told my mom I didn't need it refilled, even though she was more than willing to do it, and I should have just let her do it. But I forgot at the time that I have all these narrow strips. So poo, but that's okay. We just deal.
Well, that link didn't work. Sorry about that, people. I'm trying to get another one for you.
Oh, your link didn't work?
Yeah. Took me someplace else. I don't know why.
She'll get it. So yes, for this inside, you can do whatever you want for strips. Oh, I'm a little off on that one. And that might bother me. Usually stuff doesn't bother me. This one might, because it's sticking out. Usually I'm just like, oh well, whatever. And this one I do need to, I'm probably going to screw it up even more. Oh no, that's better. Not perfect, but if it was perfect, it would be Hallmark. So get over it, Sarah. Were you able to get it working, Mom?
Well, I'm working on it right now, so let's.
Because did you open the Seaside pad?
I did, and it came up weird when I clicked on it. So let's see if this works.
Okay, so now we have, and you can pop this stuff if you want to. I'm not going to. I know, shocking, because I normally pop everything. The heck with it, I might pop the...
Did the right thing there. So.
Okay, well there. Maybe you missed one of the beginning or end letters.
Yeah, maybe.
So we have 10 minutes left. 10 minutes to color dogs, cats, otters, or hedgehogs. I think they're hedgehogs. All right. So there we go. Now we can color. Oh, and we can put our gems on.
Oh, it worked for worked for Wendy Little on
Oh, I gave you one extra gem. So there's 4 gems there, I think. And that's if they all made it like in the bag after she cut them. Because if you wanted to put a little gem, there's a little heart right here. But if you wanted to put a little gem there instead, you could. Now I did color my one dog just all light, and then I went and just gave him some spots, and I thought that was kind of fun. So this was a pretty easy color, easier than that darn cat. Now when you're coloring, this open part is the area between the 2 dogs. So it's not just a very large dog. Which when I first started coloring it, I was like, I almost colored that section. I almost got color happy. So let's see, what colors did I use? Oh, I'm using like E31 was the light one. I think E35 is this one. And then I used E33 and E34. Or E33 or 34, I think, for the spots on that dog. And then I did some shading around the outside with a much darker one, E37. And then I did on mine, you probably can't see it, I used a glitter pen around the heart too, just to add a little shimmer to it. Let's see, Sandy, we missed it. I missed seeing you too. You must have been there right after I left. I left around noon today so I could get home for this craft along. Oop, I didn't stay in the lines very good there, but it's just dog hair. The hair's flying all over.
Well, interesting. The link worked from the Facebook post, but it didn't work on the YouTube post.
Oh, that is
so
interesting.
That is weird.
That is weird, but you know, sometimes it just doesn't pay to try and figure out that.
Yeah, I know.
I know, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You never know sometimes with Facebook and YouTube, and
Yeah.
so now I just randomly colored dots, and they don't have to be like perfect circles. To make a spotted dog.
So maybe on YouTube you have to take it and paste it in.
No, that could be in YouTube. You have to cut and paste it into your browser.
Yeah.
That could be. All right, so there's our colored dogs. And we are going to use foam tape to pop them up. We're almost done, yay. So after I'm done, you're watching this on my Facebook page or on YouTube. You do need to, if you're up next is journaling with Art Anthology, and you do need to go back to Crafter's Classroom. They will be in Crafter's Classroom. Now see, I could stream to Crafter's Classroom like from my phone, but not with my 2 different cameras set up, and so through a third-party streaming service you can't stream. So I actually stream to YouTube and to Facebook, because for a while we were having trouble on Facebook. So that's how some people are able to stream. They are doing it probably from their phone and not through a third-party streaming service, where I use a third-party streaming service through different cameras and stuff. So yeah, technology, you love it when it works. It's frustrating when it doesn't. Yeah. But there's a way around it, and the way around it is just doing it here, and then we'll share it to the Crafter's Classroom group. So now I'm going to put tape on the back, and this is going to be the same type of thing where I'm going to just put tape on the back, open it up, kind of set it in there, get it lined up, and then place it down. Our winner today is Jill Chapman. And Jill, since you're coming next month, I am just going to hold it until it comes, and I'll give you your door prize while you're here. And I will be on Thursday. Thursday is our Impossible card. We do a Thursday, Fun Time Thursday once a month, and it's always the Thursday after Crafter's Classroom. So if you like Crafter's Classroom cards, you could...
So Paula said she has heard from other vendors that third-party streaming software no longer works with Facebook.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Well, no, it does. It works on Facebook pages, but not Facebook groups. Like, I can do it on my paper cut page, but Crafter's Classroom is a group, so that's what the difference is.
Yeah, those...
So, I am just going to put some...
Is that the one we don't stream to anymore, to the group page?
Yeah,
so,
we don't. We have a virtual group.
Yeah.
And we don't stream to that one. So sometimes you add shadows around. So anyways, oh, I forgot these little do-jobbers. And I can't find my tweezers. So we're just going to finish this up. We're almost right, perfect for time. Up next at 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central is journaling with Art Anthology. And remember, Paper Cut will not have a September Crafter's Classroom, but you can still take classes with me, because I have 4 of them going in that week after Crafter's Classroom. So, and I know I don't have samples posted yet, but you know, you kind of know what I do. Cards is one that we just do a whole assortment. So, anyways, okay, there we go. That one.
One of these days I'm going to clean up my little corner of the world here.
Yeah, I'm not going to clean up my stuff, because no.
If somebody's coming in here to sit and watch you live.
Before Jill comes, I'll clean up.
Yes.
So, alrighty. Thank you for joining me today, guys, and we will see you on Thursday. Bye. Have a great night.